Hey y'all, what's up? Make sure I'm set here. Look, I know I said on my last video I'd be back in a week, and I didn't come back in a week. Well, I had also said that I was contemplating getting a teammate, a co-driver. And what happened was I got said co-driver. So I felt kind of weird for making videos around my co-driver. That's strange. I don't feel weird for posting them to strangers, but I felt weird for, I didn't want to involve him in any YouTube or anything like that, so I did not. Anyway, the team driving experience. I'm gonna speak on that, I'm gonna leave it alone. I did not know my co-driver before we climbed into the truck together. I left my truck and got into his, which was nice and clean. Yeah, it's smelling good, fabuloso, fresh. He seemed to be like a really nice guy. Starting out, I had zero complaints. Our very first load was something like, I think it was like 2,800 miles. They backed it up with like a 3,200 mile load, and we just kept rolling like that. So on the company end of it, on the business end of it, it was 100% worth it. The money, it was, my paychecks double in a week. So for that reason, look, I don't know what I want to do with these shades. It's sunlight getting on my nerves. Maybe I gotta close my curtain, but I don't want to give y'all bad sunlight. Bad lighting. So anyway, I'm gonna keep talking while I'm doing this. Yeah, it's much better. It started out great. The pay was really good. I transitioned into, driving and then, getting rest while the truck was rolling fairly easily. It was just like when you're on a truck with a mentor. So that wasn't a problem. What was a problem for me? This young man, and I use the phrase loosely, began to slowly do things that I found to be irritating at best. Okay, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, I would wake up at night because he chose to drive nights. He told me he was more comfortable driving nights. He could see really well at night, as if I couldn't. And I'm not a hard person to get along with. So personally, I like to drive nights too. Who doesn't? It's easy traffic. But that's fine. You want to drive nights? I acquiesced. I don't have a problem with that. So he wanted to drive nights. I would wake up a lot of times at night and the truck was just still, like we weren't moving. So I would, crack the blind and see where we were. And a lot of times we were just sitting on the side of the road. Sometimes at a truck stop. But all the time his clock was ticking. Meaning he would not get off duty to make these stops. You know what I'm saying? He would let his time tick down. And he started doing that more and more. So I started paying attention to my mileage. And it got to the point where I was driving 50 miles more than him, 100 miles more than him, 150, 200 miles more than you on a daily basis. And here's the thing, when you're driving teams for my company, I don't know if it's the same across the board, whatever you do is split. I don't care if you drive 80%, of the mileage. When it's paid, you get 50% of the money. That quickly became a problem for me. Again, I don't know if I mentioned this before in a previous video. I have a very small background in the military. Small enough that I did complete basic training and I remained in advanced training for 8 months. I do have an honorable discharge. I don't consider myself a veteran because I don't feel like I did any work. But I did sit through the training and I sat in the training environment for a long time, meaning I do have a commitment to detail, and I'm a stickler for hard work and discipline. So that wasn't going to work for me. I did mention it to a couple of people within the company. I didn't get a response. I mentioned it to my mother, who gives me sound advice, and she told me to talk to him, talk to him and tell him that I know what you're doing and I don't appreciate it, She said maybe he think you don't know what he's doing. And I said, well, that's even more of a problem. I should probably have taken her advice, but I didn't, because I don't raise grown men. I don't have that to do. He had been driving for about 3 or 4 months longer than I had. He had been with the company about 3 or 4 months longer than I had. So this means, I'm sorry, he put it real close to my. This means to me that you should know more than I do, right, about handling your clock and things like that. So you know what you're doing. That's just the way I felt about it. You know exactly what you're doing. And I'm not about to, I'm not confrontational. Confrontation to me means, it don't mean a conversation. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet. And I need to be, but I'm not. So, the first thing I did was started matching his driving time. You want to drive for 6 hours and stop the truck? I'm going to drive for 6 hours and stop the truck. And when I did that, he kind of, eased off on doing those things. So, we would go through a week or two of him doing the right thing, and then, a week of him doing that same stopping and running his clock down. Eventually, here's how it ended. We were making a run from California up to Massachusetts, and in between there, we needed to stop and have the truck inspected, serviced at the company yard. Well, instead of getting us to the appointment, Mr. Co-Driver decided he was going to sleep a couple nights and reset his 70-hour clock. Any other time, that's your call to make, because we still would have been on time for the load, to deliver the load, but we definitely were going to miss our scheduled time, our appointment time at the yard to get the inspection done. He did have 12 hours recap on the night that he chose to sleep and put us behind. His call to make. Again, I'm not in the business of directing grown men, so that's what he chose to do. We didn't make it to our inspection. Got a bunch of messages on the Qualcomm the next morning when I took off driving again. I explained to them that it was his call, he did it. They were very gracious and kind to me on dispatch, and so I got us in as soon as I could, which was too late. And so they were telling us, we already were there after the shop closed that night. So we both went in, did some laundry, got some clean showers, and when I got back out to the truck, this man was again laying in the sleeper. Here's my thing about that. I can sleep in the sleeper with somebody else, but this guy, as I previously mentioned, you just slept all night, right? Because you wanted to get your reset. Plus, I drove all day, so we get to the yard that night, do a little laundry, we come back. Again, you carry yourself in the sleeper and go to sleep. For me, too much. Plus, he like to have his shirt off a lot. Little bird chest, ain't nothing to show. With tattoos everywhere, which I'm not attracted to it. Not this, listen, I don't even want to get into that. Tattoos everywhere just don't impress me. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, okay? That's not impressive to me. Also, I worked in a prison for a while. That's not impressive to me. Sorry. I think some more work on skin is nice, but as far as me being like, ooh, you barking up the wrong tree. Okay. So, yeah, he was back there with his shirt off again when I got from washing my clothes that night. So I took my blanket. I went back into the terminal, which is very nice, by the way. And I got on one of the nice soft sofas and I tried to sleep as best as I could. The next morning, got a few messages on the Qualcomm saying, go ahead and try to check the truck into the shop. They'll try to work you in this morning. I said, great, because I don't want to sit around. For me, it wasn't relaxing anymore to just be there on the yard. For him, I'm sure it was. For me, I'm ready to get rolling. Because the only privacy I ever get is when this guy is behind the wheel. Other than that, in the bed, shirt off, in the bed. And, so I, after driving us into the shop, after not really sleeping well, checked the truck in and went back to, sitting around in the terminal and stuff like that. He stayed in the bed while the truck was waiting to be seen. I think after about 2 hours, he got out of the truck and came into the terminal. I took a cab and got me something to eat. Got me some smokes, Coca-Colas. And when I came back, he was just kind of like quiet, I guess I was supposed to offer him the ride or offer him to go get something to eat. I don't know. But I'm a very great, I try to be kind of, I am very kind. I have a very big heart. But once you mess over me, I have a hard time being that same giving person to you. So no, I don't owe you a ride to go get you nothing to eat or nothing like that. If your buddy had got us there on time, we both would have eaten for free because they had cooked for us the same day. We were supposed to make it to the appointment and we missed it, so we missed out on a bunch of free food. So I didn't feel I owed him anything. A couple hours later, the truck was ready. He came and got me to tell me the truck was ready and got back in the truck. When I got in the truck, he got it back. Mind you, his reset is complete. I drove the truck, checked it in the shop, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm about to take off driving some more because I started my clock when I checked that truck into the shop, and I don't do 4 and 5 hour on duties and then go to rest. That's just me keeping myself with a good work ethic. I don't ever want to become lazy. That's why I really don't like doing 34-hour resets. It makes me feel like I don't want to start back driving, and that to me is becoming lazy. But so I got in the truck, took off. I made a big mistake. Somehow the fuel stop that we made about 150 miles west of where we were was still in the system. Now I know I took it off when I got there. I know I did. Not a question, I know I did. But there it was, the fuel stop, and I never checked my navigation to see where it was taking me. It never clicked to me that, silly, you're supposed to be going east and you're going west. I went about 100 miles before something said west. It's supposed to be going east. So I checked the navigation. It was trying to take me back to the same fuel stop. Turned the truck around, got going in the right direction. On the way back, saw an SUV overcorrect, swerve, and flip into the median. Called it in. Prayed for him. Found myself a little bit shaky after that. But I was tired. I was really tired. And for me to make a mistake like that, not that I'm above making mistakes, but that mistake, I felt like, that's a signal that I need to rest. So I kept going about 30 miles, 40 miles after I saw the wreck and called it in. Saw the ambulance passing me going the other way. And I pulled into the truck stop. Went in there and got me some food. Called a couple of people to try to calm my nerves. Got back in the truck. His question to me was, "You finished driving?" My response was a sort of harsh, "Yeah." And I won't lie about that. You know, because what do you think? When do you think you want to drive, my man? So he got behind the wheel. Mind you, I had gone the wrong direction from the terminal. So we had to pass back in the direction of the terminal to get to where we were going. He pulled into the terminal. I was in a sleeper. I hadn't fallen asleep yet. Came and packed his things and got out of the truck. Logged off. Excuse me. I called dispatch, let them know. They said, well, now you're solo and this and that, so we just gonna move forward. Keep it moving. It don't really bother me. But that was my experience, my first experience teaming. And I would say this. This is my advice to anybody who wants to team drive. I feel, and this is just my perspective, it's better to have an understanding with the person that you're going to be driving with. Don't just jump in the truck with a stranger. Because I can be naive at times. Okay, I never would have thought somebody would try to play those kind of games with me. Especially not a man. You want to play on the clock so a woman outdrives you and you taking home, money that you didn't earn, basically. Watch out for that. If you're tired, that's one thing. You're not supposed to drive tired. Okay? If your co-driver has driven 9 miles that day and you didn't sleep well for whatever reason, you were up, your stomach upset, you didn't feel good, you just didn't get that much rest, and you can only go 6 hours. So, do that. Do your 6 hours. But have the decency to say to them, hey man, I know you went 9 hours today, and I'm only going to be able to do so much because of thus and so. I appreciate you for pushing us through. All it takes sometimes is that. Don't get over on people. You know what I mean? Don't let a person get over on you. Watch out for that. That's really all I wanted to catch you guys up on. So I'm solo again. I'm enjoying this space. Peace of mind. What I think I'm going to do is stay this way for a little while until I meet the requirement to get on a dedicated lane, which I will in about 30 days. So, it's not that I don't ever want to team drive again, because I don't think everybody's like that. I know everybody's not like that. But it may be more beneficial to me right now for what I'm trying to do with my family, for me to find a way to get home more often, because right now I'm doing like 5 weeks out and 5 days home, and it's just not working out too well for my family. So that's where I'm at on that. I hope all you drivers are being safe. You know something that I notice when I'm driving? When somebody goes around you, past you, and I get past the light because my truck is governed at what it's governed at, they tend to ease on that right or center lane. If they getting over on the left to pass you, once they come even with your truck, it's like they easing into your truck. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's inertia. I don't know if that's you're watching the truck on the right. Did you know that where you look, your vehicle will often, you will drift your vehicle in that direction? So purposely, don't be looking to the person you passing when you pass them. Does that make sense? Keep yourself centered. It's like almost every single truck that passes me does this. I used to think they was trying to, ram me off the road. But, so just pay attention to that. Keep your truck center lane. If you passing somebody, what you need to look at them for? Silly. Just watch your positioning on the road. I see a lot of that. I mean, a lot. I almost want to make a video compilation of it. It happens so often. And maybe I will. I can't make no compilation while I'm driving. Well, anyway, that's pretty much it, y'all. That was my experience teaming. I'm not going to commit myself to making another video next week, because we'll see what happened when I did that the last time. And I don't like to not do what I say I'm going to do. Makes me feel bad. So, thank you for watching. This has been a silly video. As this coffee got me kind of like looped out. But y'all have a beautiful day. Drive safely. Get your egos out of your driver's seats. It's okay to be passed on the road. It's okay. God bless you and keep you. The Lord maketh his face to shine upon you. Be kind to somebody today. Till next time.